Yeah, it's going.
I do not. I don't have sound for the stream. I have sound through my iRacing, but okay. So I see there's 2 heats but I don't see a feature. So are we just doing heats tonight? So I see there's.
We are not muted on the stream.
But I don't see a feature. So just doing. Welcome to Williams Grove Speedway up here in Pennsylvania. We're here with a Studio Display Super Late Model Series, and my friend here with me is Eric Steele. How you doing tonight, Eric?
Hey, not too bad for a fantastic Tuesday evening up here in the cold wilderness of Vermont. And yourself?
Not doing bad, man. Ready for some good dirt racing action. We got several heats to go through here, and they're getting ready for qualifying right now as we speak.
All right, on the track at this time, the 17 and the 55, both throwing down some respectable laps. Michael Martin in the 55 on your screen now, looking pretty good as he rolls it through turns 2 and 3.
Yes, sir. We got the 35 out here on track right now. Nick Cooper, he's laying down a lap, puts down a 19.722. Good for second position thus far. Looks like we got a good open qualifying session here. We got these guys going out one at a time. We got Dylan Wilson sitting on a pole with a 642.
Yeah, following Dylan down the charts there, Devon Cardwell and Nick Cooper were digging real hard earlier in practice, just a bit off the mark now, but everybody's real tight in this field here tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. We got several guys in here. Christopher Ferguson making his start today in a 22 machine. Nick Cooper still out there laying down some laps. He finishes there with a 19.787. He's trying to best his 722. Does not quite do it. Stopped and pulls in.
Yeah, this will be my first time here with the Super Light Model Dirt Series. A lot of these guys I've seen on the simulator, but never talked to many of them in person. So I look forward to learning these guys and their driving techniques and pull some information out of them here by the end of the race.
Oh, absolutely, man. We got right now leading the point standings here in a Studio Displays Late Model Series. Right now we have Drew Hopkins. He's got 1 win thus far, 7 races, but who catches my eye here is Blake Matjulis. Sorry if I screwed that up, Blake. You are on fire, though, this season. 5 wins, 5 top 5s, 5 top 10s, and he is running today. He's going to be trying to get another win in that 127 machine.
Man,
getting ready for Heat 1.
Yeah, Heat 1 has taken the grid. Looks like we're going to roll 8 cars deep here as they line up behind the pace car for this ComServe Wireless Heat Race number 1. Who's your favorite going into this one?
And I'm keeping my eyes on that 22 Christopher Ferguson car. I've heard a lot about him, hoping that he can put on a show for us. But here we go. We got the heat race starting. We got Dylan Wilson starting on the pole. Devon Cardwell starting second. In third, Nick Cooper. Fourth, Dylan R. Hauser. And then in the fifth position, Ty Ellis rounding out the top five. Sixth place, Michael Martin. Seventh, Aaron Kitchen. And eighth will be Matthew Lee.
Hope they put some good tires on the official pace truck for the night, as the track's looking a little bit slippery.
Oh, that's for sure. Williams Grove is a great racetrack. My uncle actually has taken a few tumbles up there in a sprint car going right past the flagman. He had to look up at him as he went by, and when he got back in pit road after the owner of that car said to him, keep the thing in one piece. He said, well, all four wheels are still on it after barrel rolling down the front stretch. So hopefully we don't see any of that tonight, but it'll be definitely some interesting racing here with the studio display super late models.
For sure. Several races still left to go tonight before we conclude this one. Like I said again, I look forward to seeing that Chris Ferguson myself. He's definitely on a tear. I've actually jumped into a few of these races, and he's, I hate to announce it, but lapped me a couple times.
Oh, you'll have that once in a while. Some of the guys on dirt are some of the best on iRacing. I've given dirt a shot myself a few times. It's not been pretty, but I've had a couple wins in the sprint cars, but I'm interested to see how these guys fare out on the dirt here at Williams Grove. It is a very tough racetrack with the long straightaways and these super late models. All that power, the car is just constantly losing traction all the way down the straightaways. You got to hold on to it, but then you got to have a nice big slide and arc into each corner on both ends. I'm interested to see what's going to be better here, the high or the low groove here in heat number one.
You can definitely see some marbles per se starting to build up around the outside. As soon as that berm comes up, I expect to see that outside, be able to put a tire up on that thing and let her eat coming off the corner.
Oh, absolutely. Always got to love the cushion. Billy Pouch, one of the best in dirt racing. He's been able to do that, and what made him so famous up at the New Egypt Speedway and up in those northern racetracks is riding that high groove, coming from front to back in many races. He had several LCQs of, where qualifying didn't work out so well for him. He had to come through it, and I've seen him win a lot of races from the back. Another guy that comes to mind at races like that is a guy like Brett Hearn. So I'm interested to see here more on the super late model side of things, what they're going to do. We got Dylan Wilson is going to be starting this thing off as we come to the green flag here this time by Eric Steele. Who's your pick in this one? We got 10 laps, not a lot of time to get to the front.
No, it's not a lot of time, so it's hard to pick anybody other than the pole sitter in this one. He led some laps there in practice and qualifying. Hard to not take Dylan Wilson for the win here in this one.
Oh, absolutely. That's for sure. And here we go. The pace car is off and the green flag's out, and they're off. Left front's hanging in the air. We got the 80 going to take a jump right to the lead, and the 70 follows suit. And the rest of the field, 2x2, all the way back.
A little bit of bumping and banging back for that fifth spot as all the cars trying to sort it out and find a line, and digging it in deep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The 80 is flying. He's out front, but the 70 is not going to let him go just yet. He's still working right on his tail. It's hard to pass in these cars. And reminder, they have no mirrors. So you better be paying attention who's around you. And you don't want to get your nose chopped off, nor do you want to get spun out on entry. That's a tough thing with these dirt supers.
Yeah, every one of these fast guys keeping that left front tire way off the ground, battling hard towards the back of the pack here. This three-card melee of Ellis, Hauser, and Kitchen. They've been leaning on each other since the start of this one.
That's for sure. It's looking like third place is the transfer spot to the features. So you better be in the top three here before these 10 laps are up. We're already on lap 4. Guys like Aaron Kitchen are sweating bullets right there. They need to get up on the wheel. That 17 car, he's going to be looking for a little bit more speed out of that machine to get back up into the top 3. But as of right now, that top 3 takes off. Nick Cooper on the bubble spot.
Yeah, back up at the front of the pack, Dylan Wilson's worked himself up to a 3-car length lead over Devon Cardwell. Cardwell's been having a little bit of pressure from behind in the 35 of Cooper. Cooper's right there, but he's riding in third. He's in that Q spot. He's not going to push it too hard. He's just waiting for a slight mistake.
That's for sure. Their top 3 is just launched and gone so far. Let's see in the back here if we got a little bit of racing going on. The 70 machine working hard to stay in front of that 35 still.
Yeah, everybody seems to be settling into a rhythm here as we work through the final laps of this round one qualifier. Dylan Wilson still showing the way out front in the 80, not looking back. Cardwell and Cooper running identical lap times on the speed chart. Cooper looking for a little extra groove there. Try something a little different. Lost a little bit of ground. Let's see if it pays off coming in this next corner.
Oh, absolutely. Right now they're high, wide, and handsome on that high groove. They're starting to like the cushion a lot more. We got low line action actually going into 1 and 2, but they slide up to that berm coming out. I don't know if that's a loose handling machine and he's got a 4-wheel slide, seems to be what it is. It's hard to tell with these cars whether they're getting a little bit loose. He's actually getting a lot of grip because that left front is coming up off the ground already this early in a heat race. It must be a very tacky racetrack right now.
Yeah, you can see Nick Cooper really starting to work an alternative line from Devon as he drives it in higher, gets it turned a little more sideways, trying to drive straighter off that back end of the corner, trying to get it run down the straightaway, but just not going to have it as all the cars are so close on the speed chart.
No doubt. Cooper still works hard to stay up there with that top 3. They're somewhat under a blanket there. They're staying tight. It's going to be an interesting feature tonight. That's for sure. Only 30 laps to go. So if you have a car that you can drive up there and pass in these heat races to get a little bit better of a starting position, you're definitely going to take it. And actually, here we got the 70 car banks. Actually, I apologize. I believe they already took the checkered flag. Sorry, just missed that call. But yeah, a little bit of wrecking after the checkered flag. I don't think that had anything to do with anger, though. Just a little bit of fun on iRacing.
Yeah, it's like your congratulatory fist bump per se after the event here in an iRacing land. I've been a part of the congratulations ceremony a few times with you myself.
That is true, man. We've been on the front stretch just a few times together, keeping Swag TV out front on the back of the car. We got right now starting heat number 2, another 10-lap race here with Zach Mcswain starting from the pole. Got Blake Magelus. I'm going to screw up that name all night. I'm going to have to talk to him if he makes it to the podium and just find out how to say that. But we got Mason Crawford starting 3rd. Christopher Ferguson, a man to watch in the number 22, starting 4th.
Next on the grid, Mason Crawford in the 15. Following him is our very own Brandon Gagnon. He's taking a trip to Dirtland tonight after racing with us on pavement last night. Rolling 6th on the grid in the 06 is Braxton Barber, and rounding out the field is Tyler Wicks in the number 6.
That's right. I'm going to keep an eye on Brandon Gagnon, too. That's interesting to see a man jumping from dirt or from asphalt over to dirt. It's definitely 2 completely different disciplines. It's been argument for years that dirt is for racing, asphalt's for getting there, and somewhat vice versa on the asphalt side. So it's always been an argument, but I tell you what, going from one to the other, and as a fan, I love watching either or. And growing up in Jersey, you kind of didn't have much of a choice. I had one racetrack, Wall Stadium, that I could go to here and there. See the late great Ray Evernham came from that track, and then New Egypt, where Billy Pouch was king, and then of course Williams Grove out there in Pennsylvania, where we're at today.
Up here in the Green Mountain state of Vermont, we got 2 dirt tracks, the Bear Ridge Motor Speedway in Bradford, Vermont, and then Devil's Bowl down in Fairhaven. Now, Devil's Bowl attracts some big names for the modified racing throughout the course of the year. So that's where I get my dirt fix.
Same here. I'm a big-time modified guy. And yeah, we're off green flag racing 25 out to the lead early.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see big progress made from both Ferguson and Majulis in this one, as they seem to be the top 2 contenders. I haven't seen Zach Mcswain race too much today, so we'll see what he's got for these guys.
That's right. We have Blake already rolling up into the 2nd position. Mason Crawford falls in line on the bubble spot, slides it in there really hard. I'm curious if that's going to help him on exit. It seems to be. He gets a good run doing that. Drives off from that 4th position of Christopher Ferguson. This seems to be a very competitive, stacked heat race. interested to see who's going to come out on top. I think Zach Mcswain is really happy with his hot rod, but we already have the right rears knocked off on the 15 car just a little bit, hurting that aero performance. That side force is what matters most on these super dirt late models. Keep them gripping in the racetrack.
Yeah, another big element to getting a good run off the corner, getting that left front tire about 1.5 feet off the ground, letting the opposite side of the car eat some traction, trying to get that drive off. Looks like guy winning the drive off battle right now is Mcswain, as he's actually pulled himself a couple of car lengths over Majulis.
That's for sure. I think the 15, if you'd let him, he'd take that left front off. He doesn't need that dead weight there. He's not even using it. He's looking like Bloomquist out there. One time I seen him with 3 wheels on the car, the left front hanging off, completely broke off and finished with the feature win. He's trying to do the same thing, but with the left front still on there. He's not really using it very much. He hangs on to that 3rd position, but Christopher Ferguson is starting to catch up, knock on the door. He's getting a little bit of seat time here, finding out what Williams Grove is all about.
You know who's knocking on the door? Our own Brandon Gagnon. He's looking down low on Ferguson right now. So great battle here for this number 3 spot between these 3 cars.
Yeah, free machine must have came to his liking today already. He's must be a dirt natural because I seen him on asphalt and he can definitely drive there. Normally, a lot of guys can't do both, and he's showing that you can definitely get it done because Ferguson is no joke. He is a very talented dirt racer, and he is staying right in the tire pass of him. We got 3 laps to go here in the studio display super late model heat race number 2.
Ferguson drives it in real hard and gets up into the door and making the pass on this bottom line around the 15 of Crawford. Let's see if he can make it stick going into 3.
That's right. He clears them with a little bit of a slide job up off of 2, but not just yet. It looks like Crawford's trying to make a move on the bottom. He doesn't quite get him there.
Back and forth they go. The 15 and the 22 battling for that final transfer spot. A little bump going in the corner. Move him. Oh, slide job. Who's it going to be? Coming to the line. Looks like Ferguson on that outside line.
Ferguson grabs it, holds on to it. They're still fighting in a 1 and 2. To 83 of Brandon Gagnon follows in suit. They're flying up off of 2 to 15, stays right in line on the back of the 22. We're going to be coming to the checkered flag here off of turn 4. Who's it going to be to 15? Door to door. Does it look like he's got the run on the bottom? He does not. He will end up in the 4th position. But Ferguson makes it all the way up to the 3rd place transfer spot for this 30-lap feature.
That was a great heat race right there. A little bit of beating and banging towards the back for that final transfer spot. Doesn't get much better than that for heat race action. A feature is probably going to give us even more from here.
Oh, that's for sure. We got a couple of minutes here. We got a little bit of a warm-up for the boys that had to sit in the first heat race. Let them go out there, get a few laps in. But our winners of the 2 heat races tonight was Zach Mcswain and Blake Majlis. All right, welcome back to Williams Grove Speedway for the Studio Displays Super Late Model Dirt Series. Here with myself, David Polens, commentating right alongside Eric Steele for tonight's 30-lap feature. How you doing, Eric? You ready for some more dirt?
Oh my lord, yes sir. We need some more dirt action in my life. I can't wait for this one to be done here tonight so I can jump in the old sim myself and give this a try. That's how fun it looks.
It is a lot of fun, man. And, my uncle and my whole family grew up racing dirt, and we ended up going asphalt side when I got a little bit older, said asphalt was the path to the big times. But recently, guys like Kyle Larson, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, all guys coming from the dirt that have either been to the Hall of Fame or are just starting out and proving themselves. Another guy, Christopher Bell, a great rookie. Dirt is definitely a great place to start and hone your skills and how to hang on to a car and use throttle control while sideways. But anyway, we're getting ready for a 30-lap feature here. We got Dylan Wilson starting on the pole in a number 80 machine, and starting second at 25, Zach Mcswain, followed up third position. Oh, sorry about that. I'm reading the wrong thing. I have Zach McSwain on the pole, Blake Majulis starting second, Christopher Ferguson in the 22 machine starting third. In your fourth position is Mason Crawford. Eric will take you from fifth.
Oh, absolutely. The field is looking stacked everywhere on the grid. From the fifth position, Brandon Gagnon in the 83, rolling to his outside. Post position number 6 goes to the number 6 of Tyler Wicks. And rounding out the field, number 7. That would be the 06 of Braxton Barber.
All right, we got Dylan Wilson starting on the pole here. He took home that heat win. He's looking to hang on to it and run away with it. He was very dominant in that heat race. Looking at Christopher Ferguson, he's trying to make up some points from that third position, while we got some of the points leaders that decided to take the night off because they have a throwaway race for this season. But what they're able to do with that is they're able to take either their worst finishing positions and give it up for the season, or take the week off. Some of them had some other races, so that's one advantage with this super late model series. But we still have two of the best guys in the series between Christopher Ferguson and Blake Majulis, who has dominated this year with 5 wins thus far, but can't seem to quite get up in the points lead battle just yet. But I'm sure he's trying to work on that now.
Yeah, you know what else I noticed is a lot of great-looking cars out on the track here today. Everybody taking their time, putting on some real good-looking skins. They look really racy out there together.
That's right, they do. They do. Some beautiful dirt late models up here at the Williams Grove Speedway, and the pace car is off. Dylan Wilson is going to take us to the green flag. Let's see how he shoots out of the box, and he takes off. He's got a great start. Pulled out in front of Zach Mcswain already.
Yeah, a little bit of beating and banging towards the middle of the pack as they go 3 to 4 wide through corners 1 and 2 down the back stretch. It looks like the biggest mover of the race so far is the 35 of Cooper.
Yeah, we had a little bit of contact, and already a caution flag is out there. Have a little bit of a wreck, I believe, in the backstretch. Not 100% sure here. We'll have to catch up, find out where the contact was, but there was some serious contact going on with the 15 machine a little bit further back with Mason Crawford, and I believe the Ferguson machine were getting together there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to have an incident this early on in the event. Hopefully they didn't take too much damage, or they can go down pit road and get a little bit of that cleaned up before we go back to green flag here. I didn't look at the race information before we started here, David. Are we running caution flag laps, or are those free tonight?
I believe those are free tonight. I don't believe we're going to have cautions count, and I'm not 100% sure. I do not have sound from the race director, but I'm thinking this might be a complete restart because the pole sitter does not control the green flag at the beginning of the race. He does not. He does not control the start at the beginning of the race. When the green flag, the initial one, comes out, you have to go by the flagman and the lights that pop up on iRacing, and it seems that he had way too good of a jump to have done that. So my guess is here, with no contact and no wreck on the racetrack, that's most likely what had happened here. He still retains the position, but I'm sure he's been warned by race control that he will be black flagged if he gets another jump. That is just a presumption from me. From my iRacing experience and in these leagues, it takes restarts very serious. You do not want to jump. I do see Gagnon, though. He's coming down pit road. Looks like he's got some front end damage.
Oh, he's got damage on all four corners, it seemed like. Also having some damage, the number 1 of Ty Ellis, the back end of that machine's all crinkled up. So that's got to be some of that cause of the caution.
Must have been what was going on there. I did not see any. I seen a lot of contact. Didn't see any cars go around. Could not find it there, but it's okay. We're about to go back green flag. Still lap 1 here at the Williams Grove Speedway. And the studio displays green flag is about to fly. Dylan Wilson takes him to the green here. And they're off. Here we go. We're going to race down into 1, 3 wide towards the back of the pack.
Good jump off the bottom of the track comes Dylan Wilson to the lead. Zach Mcswain unable to pull right near him in second. Sticking his nose down low down the backstretch. Devon Cardwell not going to be able to take the position, but he's right there. Oh, look at them battle.
We got 4 wide right in the middle there, and amazing that wasn't the wreck. I believe there is another yellow has flown here at Williams Grove. A little bit of a wreck fest, caution, breed, caution type stuff. You get a little bit patient as the drivers here are today because we've already had 2. They're antsy behind the wheel. They're ready to go. We're seeing 4 wide action. A lot of exciting beating and banging already. I'm sure a few guys not happy.
Well, 30 laps, it doesn't seem like a lot of time, especially if you're starting in the back. I know a 30-lap race for me, I got to be a little extra aggressive if I'm starting towards the back. You got to get those positions at least, 1 every 2 laps to do it mathematically to get to that number 1 spot. And then at the same time, with the faster guys starting up front, you got to push it that much harder because they're just going to dig and they're going to get away.
Oh, absolutely. And just like most of your weekly races at the local tracks, whether you're a short track asphalt guy or a dirt guy, most of the time for these short 30 to 75 lap races, they don't count yellows early on until there's several cautions. And you're able to come down, work on the car, fix it without going a lap down. So some of these guys are already taking advantage of that. A little bit tough to get these dirt late model fenders beat back out and ready to go racing. But as we see, you don't really need them too much.
Nah, it's looking like you're going to need one of those pavement rollers by the end of this one to fix the 83 machine. He is all tore up.
Oh, yeah, he's still coming down pit road, in and out, trying to get that thing all put back together. He's an asphalt racer. He's going to dig. He's going to go back out there and come from the back and try to see what he can do against these boys. But right now, still, some surprises. Blake Majul is sitting in the 4th position, actually has lost some spots since the beginning of the race, and Christopher Ferguson back there mired in 6th. I know how it feels to be called up when you got a fast race car, the yellows are flying, and you don't quite get the line you want, right, Eric? We had to start several times on the wrong end of the deal on the outside, and you get called up there. Here, it might be better on the outside. I'm not 100%.
Well, I mean, at least you get to run it in there real deep and give yourself plenty of room as here we go off the corner. Again, Dylan Wilson pulling it out.
That's right. Dylan Wilson takes him into turn 1, and we got 3 wide action. We got 2 cars around in the back. 3 wide was not going to work. Got a little bit of a wheel hop off of the right front of one of these cars, and he went around real quick.
Yeah, it looks like they kept it rolling. I haven't seen the caution flag come out yet.
There it just flies. Yeah, you're right. They did not quite throw it just yet, but I believe race control got on and said, better catch that. But that was down in turn 1. We had 3 cars get together on entry there towards the back of the pack.
I didn't get a chance to see the wreck myself, but if I was a betting man, you got to know that 83 was in there somewhere.
Yeah, the way his car's looking right now, we got to give our own Brandon Gagnon a little bit of heck here to pay because he's torn that thing up a little bit. Luckily, with the iRacing system, you don't have to pay for damages. Maybe to your console, and your PC or your monitor, wherever your hand seems to fly after one of those wrecks. But fortunate for him, he's able to just pull in, and the virtual crew takes care of the rest.
Yeah, no, that is the one good thing about iRacing over the real thing is wrecks don't cost you anything. I know myself, I've done some one-to-one real racing for 4 or 5 years up here, and the budget for iRacing is so much easier to spend than it is the budget for real racing. I love it.
Oh, there's no doubt. No racing is cheap or affordable, as it is said. To make a fortune in racing, you better start with a fortune. That's the only way to do it. Typically, you lose that fortune when you go racing, but it is a heck of a lot of fun. As we got a full crowd on here, Williams Grove. I'm sure that's not the case here for COVID times, but I'm hoping a lot of y'all at home are tuning in to this Swag TV broadcast. We're going to have an exciting 27 laps left in the Super Late Model Dirt Series brought to you by Studio Displays.
Yeah, for everybody watching the Swag TV tonight, maybe for the first time, go ahead and give the page a like. Maybe give us a share. Get us out there a little bit. We're a little bit new to the game. We're some old faces, but we're all coming together for this one purpose, to bring you some awesome iRacing action here on Swag TV.
Absolutely. Swag TV is racing brought to you by the racers. Everybody involved is a racer. And as we go here, we're going green. That's more important to us racers. We got Dylan Wilson again with a heck of a jump, but they're side by side all the way back to the 6th position there. They go almost 4 wide in through 1 and 2. The 2 car coming up off the 2 with the advantage. He was behind that 4 wide mess and ends up coming out in front of it. He's making a lot of moves here already. I believe that might be Ty Ellis. I'm not 100% sure. Number's a little bit different on the transponder, but he's trying to hold on to that 4th position right behind the 25 machine, and they're still 3 wide. Yellow flies once again here. Got a lot of contact going on behind this field. Did not see where it was, but I do see here we have a yellow. 2 cars actually wreck after the yellow. That looked like... That was interesting, Eric. Something I seen off camera watching over the racetrack here in the booth. I seen the 6 car dive in and take somebody out. That was a very interesting move, as we just talked about. Tempers fly high, and some of the things with iRacing, some guys can't just control themselves, and he seemed to lost control there and take out somebody after the yellow flew out there. Interested to see what that was all about there in turn 3.
Well, it's been a good long while since I've seen an internet fist fight, so maybe we'll get to see one here in the pits after this one. Yeah, no, just as in real life, iRacing, the tempers can get to flaring just the same. And on the better side of things too, your heartbeat and your pulse and your adrenaline and your sweat can actually replicate a good race, just as if you were in a real race car, minus the probably 195 degrees of engine temperature.
Yeah, that's for sure. I definitely get my heart rate spiked. I got in a race the other night against some big guys and had real good fortune to have a good setup, and I was running in front of them. When I got to the end, I had arm pump. My arm was killing me. I was sweating. My heartbeat was through the roof. It gives you that adrenaline rush that you like getting at the racetrack without the expense as much as a real race car. But obviously there's nothing quite like the real thing. But iRacing does a heck of a job putting it together for us guys to have a little bit of fun from home.
Yeah, looks like the lights are down on the pace truck. We're getting ready to try this here one more time. Up front, still Dylan Wilson and Zach Mcswain on the front row. 3rd place, Devon Cardwell, and 4th to Blake Majulis. Let's see if they can make some headway and we can make a couple of laps with that pesky yellow flag fly.
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking at the 22 machine here. He has been making some moves back and forth. He's actually in the 5th position, shown in 6 right here, but he's on the bottom line here. He's going to be trying to make some moves. He's the 3rd place, and actually our Brandon Gagnon is sitting there in 6th. Where did he come from? Wow.
I got to imagine he's in a lap traffic battle here, because he should be showing on the transponder grid. Oh, another hard wreck.
Big wreck, and just as we speak about our own Brandon Gagnon there, he gets caught up in a big wreck. Looks like someone's nose caught the inside wall. Not 100% sure. We'll have to check it out. But, yeah, big wreck there, taking probably Brandon Gagnon out of this race finally. I'm not sure. He may still have the crew be able to put that thing back together, but I don't know if there's any parts and pieces left in that pit stall.
Well, for sure his toolbox is getting used tonight, but more importantly, the 15 and the 1, I believe, were were the Ty Ellis and Crawford were the ones that came together. I'm pretty sure there, and it looked pretty violent. But so you got to wonder, like, did the car not rotate in the center? Because he looked like he just drove it right in there straight and pushed right into the center of his door.
He did. I wasn't sure if something caught the inside wall because I have seen it where a guy gets in there and I was looking at a different angle and it looked like he did, but it may have just been the angle I was on. But is like we were talking about earlier, you don't have a spotter, you do not have rear view mirrors in these dirt late models. So what can easily happen is a guy slides in there on the bottom, another guy behind you. You almost have to trust him not to make that kind of bonehead move and take a guy out.
Yeah, no, the door certainly looks open when the other guys got different intentions, and all of a sudden they come together at the center of everybody's thoughts, and boom, calamity.
Absolutely. I'm sure the iRacing chat is fired up right now between these drivers. They want to get some green flag action in. Nobody goes out here to wreck. They want to go race hard. The thing is, with 30 laps, it doesn't give you much time to keep tempers cool and be patient. You got to go. It's time to go. Right now, the 70 car sits out front. We'll see how we take off here. That 2 car has made his way up into the 3rd position. What a race so far for him.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to make passes under caution. So if you got a couple every time we had a caution, you're moving your way towards the front for sure. You know who's probably fed up with it the most, though, is Race Control. I can imagine in the back of the driver's ears right now, Race Control telling them, we're going single file. You guys are not behaving, and anybody from here on out with a caution's getting a boot. I've heard that before.
Oh, absolutely. We're green flag racing here at Williams Grove. They're back going. We're single file this time on this restart, but it doesn't take long for them to step out side by side. The 2 machine already peeking to the bottom. He has made some great moves. Look at these 2 beautiful cars side by side. They are teammates, I'm assuming here. The 2 and a 25, door-to-door 25 looks just like Matt Long down at the dirt track in Charlotte, North Carolina. An on-the-run machine down there. Flying around, won a lot of championships, but he is sitting in the 3rd position. That is not Matt Long. That is actually Devon Cardwell. But just reminds me of that late model down there. Love iRacing the realism. And we got him stretched out in the top 5. Eric, what do you think is going to be the deal here? You think that 2 is going to push like all heck to try to get up there and take it from Dylan?
Well, you know, I mean, the guys that are already up front, they don't have quite the sense of urgency to try to push hard right now. So maybe he's saving up a little bit of equipment, waiting for the track to come to his particular setup, and he could probably pass him here within the next couple of laps as long as the tire pressures come up.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. That 2 starts to pull away from his teammate there in a 25. Zach Mcswain trying to chase down a leader here. The number 70 of Dylan Wilson. He is hanging out front just so far. Got a lot of action here. They love the bottom of the speedway. They're not quite around. The track must be changing because earlier on they wanted that high line on the old cushion, but right now they're glued to the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, we're watching a good battle here in the back of the pack between the 83 of Gagnon, the 55 of Michael Martin. They're swapping it back and forth, high-low, doing some crossover moves. Not a lot for position, but a lot for bragging rights between the 2.
Yeah, Brandon Gagnon holding on the outside there. Maybe that cushion will come in to work for him. A lot of guys don't know when it's working until they get up there and try it. That's the only way to know. And until you see that guy coming in your mirror, you're not really going to change your line if you're out front. Now, if you're second on back, why not? Try it out like Gagnon is. He's got her hanging out wide at left front, bouncing off the ground. He's high, wide, and handsome, just like Kerry Gant, still holding off the 55 machine.
Yeah, he's thrown it in real deep. He's going to be the first person to try to test out that upper groove. Is up front. It's nothing but a single car pull away and a freight train of single line cars after that. Best battle on the track right here in the back right now. That's why we're watching it.
They have that left rear suspension doing work on the back of these machines, really hanging down there, trying to get every bit of traction. You can see the Gagnon machine right there. He's almost a foot the body off of that left rear. He's hanging her sideways. He's got a ton of grip on that car so far, trying to make it back through the field after all that heartache so far this race.
Yeah, back on your screen, Dave. Up at the front, that same 4-car length lead is the good battle for that number 2 spot, as the 2 and the 25 are still right there with each other.
Yes, that right now leading out front still the machine of, sorry, lost it here. Just a moment. We're actually back here with Christopher Ferguson and the 17 machine right now, watching them. And out front is Devon Cardwell. He's in a different zip code as of right now. He's got about 10 car lengths with that 70 machine out front. The number 2 follows in second place. Dylan R. Hauser making his way up into the top 2 early here in this race, making 2 to 4 wide moves all race long, pushing his way by his teammate Zach Mcswain, followed up in the 3rd position. In 4th, we have Nick Cooper just a little bit further back. Behind him, we have Christopher Ferguson sitting in the 5th position. Aaron Kitchen sitting in 6th. Back in 7th, seems like a lifetime back there, because Gagnon and him have been caught up in some wrecks, but it's Tyler Wicks in the 6th machine, followed by Brandon Gagnon sitting in 8th. And 9th, we have Michael Martin all the way through the field here. Back we go to Devon Cardwell, just dominating thus far here at Williams Grove, putting on a show.
Yeah, he's about 12 car lengths back of putting the laps down on Michael. They really haven't got that car figured out here yet today. He's been struggling since the drop of the green flag, and he was doing fairly well in the points from my recollection. So it's going to be a tough night for points as he bounces around the outside, and the leader of Cardwell draws within another couple of car lengths per lap. So it's going to be about 4 more laps, and Cardwell's going to be into that lap traffic. We'll see how long he can hold them off.
Yeah, he's sitting out front there. He wants to hold on to this. He is actually not really in the points battle too much. He is not a regular with these guys. He has not ran every week. He does come in here part-time, but he is putting on a show right now, trying to get his first win of the season. Further back, we have Christopher Ferguson, who's still trying to fight for the points battle. But right now, your points leader sitting at home, Drew Hopkins. He's got the week off. He decided to take his throwaway week and give it up right now instead of coming out here and, using it, try to get rid of one of those bad races. He said, I'm going to take a vacation, I think. Maybe it was a good idea with all the wrecks we've seen.
Oh, for sure. He certainly saved himself some grief and aggravation at the least, I'm betting. We were rooting for Chris Ferguson here today to try to put together a good run, try to work his way up the points ladder. Not really where he's really wanting to be right now, hovering around that top 5 position.
Yeah, not quite. He wants to be a little bit further up, especially take advantage of the fact that the top 2 guys in points aren't running. He wanted to make up a little bit more than what he's going to be able to do tonight, sitting there in the 5th position, but it's not over yet. We still got 5 to go here with Cardwell out front. Devon Cardwell still running hard. Got a great race going on here.
Yeah, switching back and forth between a couple of different views here, getting a good look at the entire field. Best battle right now, Brandon Gagnon coming around the outside.
Yeah, Gagnon holding on, trying to stay on the lead lap. Didn't quite do it. A lot of damage on that machine, but he's keeping up with the Tyler Weeks machine, trying to make a move on him. But the 70 is navigating this lap traffic very well, and he still leads. We got 4 to go. He's very comfortable out front. That's where I want to be. That's for sure. Obviously, with 6 car length lead over the 2 machine, he is painting the bottom of the track with the right rear tire. It's as if there's another cushion down there just for him. He is making it look pretty. I mean, he's barely keeping that left front off the wall, coming up off of 4, but that's his happy place. I bet there's a lot of grip down there.
Yeah, not a lot of people running that line towards the back of the pack. Probably the only people that can see their lines even being utilized are the top 2. Quite a good chance. Oh, as we got a yellow out.
Yellow out with 3 to go. Wow, not what the 70 machine wanted to see here. The number 2 is clapping, I guarantee it, behind the wheel right now, saying, I finally got my chance. Give me my shot. And I highly doubt he's going to hang back here. He's been making moves on every restart. That's how he found himself in that top 2 position, was just staying up on it. We got a beautiful view here on the stream here at Williams Grove Speedway, with going to be coming to what looks like close to a green-white checkered. It might not be a green-white checkered. Might be, as my dad would call it, kind of a silly way to say it. He would say a green-white checkered. I don't really think that makes a lot of sense, but sure, it's an extra lap more than a green-white checkered. But lap 28, we got the number 70 machine, Devon Cardwell, still in the first position, holding on. Dylan Hauser sitting in the second position. Zach Mcswain finds himself in the catbird seat in third. He's probably happy to be there. I'm curious if we're going to get a double file restart. The race director has made up his mind here or not, if they've ran enough green flag laps, but it was the right call. Them going single file seemed to help out the yellows.
Oh, no, that definitely helped us out immensely on that last restart. So, the race director's got his finger on the button right now going, should I give it back or should we run it out? Me, if I was the race director in this particular event, I'd put it back to 2 wide. I want to see some action. They're down to 9 cars. The 9 best cars that started this race are still left on the track, so I think they got it from here.
Hey, before we go green, guys, this is Gagnon, the 83. Can somebody go down and give my guys some food? They're pretty hungry. They've been working hard.
That's right. Gagnon in here trying to get some food.
Gotta love a little in-car commentation there.
Can't
Catching in with the
guys
in-car
right
boys.
in the back.
Let's see here. We're about to go back to green here in just a moment. It's looking like single file, right? That's what it looks like. They're stacking up here. The 2 machine lays back a little bit. I think he tried to jump, and actually it worked out pretty good with him. He's staying on the 70 car. As we come to the green flag, he's staying right on the back bumper of that 70 machine. He's going to try to make the move here through 1 and 2. They come up off of 2, bumper to bumper. Is there enough time?
Oh, we got a couple more laps to go, and he is right there. He's digging down low. They're both running on that very bottom groove. I'd be interested to see if there's anything left up top, because you can't pass somebody if you're in the same groove.
We're on the last lap, lap 30, the money lap. The 2 makes contact with the 70. He moves him up the hill a little bit. He's got to run up off of 2. He's going to be trying to peek into 3. What do we got? He makes contact with the 70. We got contact coming up off of turn 4. 30 lap feature going to come down to the last one. He's not going to quite get it. We got the 70 machine of Devon Cardwell is going to take home the victory in a photo finish here at Williams Grove. What a move by the 2 machine. I told you he would be aggressive there at the end, and he sure showed us what it takes to man up and get up there, but it didn't matter. Cardwell held on to it. Even with all that contact, he takes home the victory in the Studio Displays Super Late Model Tour. What a finish, Eric.
Oh, my God. Only 900ths of a second separating the top 2. He gave it everything he had. He used the front bumper just a little bit with respect, He didn't go in there and just pile drive him for all it's worth and steal the win. So kudos to the number 2 for racing clean-ish at the end of that race.
Absolutely, man. What a great finish we had here. It took a little bit of while with the cautions, but it did not disappoint. Cardwell holds on for the victory, and we're going to get a full field rundown here. We got Mcswain going to sit in. Sorry about that. Got the wrong lineup here. The finishing results are going to be Devon Cardwell first, Dylan Hauser in second, Zach Mcswain follows him in third, Nick Cooper in the 4th position, 5th, Aaron Kitchen, 6th, not the night he wanted to have, but our 3rd position in points, Christopher Ferguson finishing 6th, Tyler Wicks comes back to finish 7th, 1 lap down, our own Brandon Gagnon, Swag-TV's Brandon Gagnon, finishing in the 8th position, 1 lap down, had a heck of a battle. Actually, was one of the most exciting up till that last caution was with Tyler Wicks. Then we follow him in the 9th position, down 4 laps, Michael Martin. 10th, Mason Crawford. 11th, Dylan Wilson. Followed by him in the 12th position, Ty Ellis. 13th, Braxton Barber. And rounding out the field are one of the favorites coming into tonight, Blake Majulis, finishing 14th.
Yeah, unfortunate night for Majulis. All those wins on the season and still wasn't really in the points battle. Probably something else just like this is probably the reason for that. Blake Majulis coming home in the dead last position. I don't know if he had an internet issue. I didn't see him get in a wreck, so that's something worth taking a look at. It's too bad for him if that was the case, but congratulations to the 70 of Devon Cardwell. He ran a great race today, and he comes home your winner.
And before Eric gets with our second place finisher, we're going to pull in our third place positioner. Here is Zach Mcswain coming in third after a hot battle there, trying to stay away from the yellows while his teammate came up and battled him, the two machine. At least they're two beautiful looking machines. Zach, how'd you do it, man? How'd you end up in the podium tonight?
We just started second there and kept getting stuck on the outside on those restarts, which I fell back to third and then just pretty much rode there. I don't know what happened to Wilson. I guess he just left, and then Hauser was a little bit better than I was, so I just let him go and just settled in there. I don't know. I just wasn't hitting the bottom as good as they was, so they was able to get away from me.
Yeah, it seemed as though you had just enough to kind of stay with them on the early run, and then they kind of got away from you there. It's a tough track. Tell us about how the track changes throughout the night for you in such a short feature.
Yeah, it pretty much just stayed on the bottom the whole time when they reset the track to 40%. So it never really changed much. 1 and 2 got a little slick there, so you kind of had to change the lineup, but that was about it. Just stick to bottom. As if you missed it, you was dead.
Yeah, no high, wide, and handsome tonight on the cushion. Unfortunately for these guys, they had to paint the bottom of the track. Just something with the track prep. Thank you, Zach. Is there anybody you'd like to thank before we take off for Eric Steele and Devon Cardwell?
Yeah, just thank the guys at D12. Thank my sponsors, Speed Connection, Big Alice Gun, Slicker Graphics, Team Midwest Paint. And thank y'all for the league and broadcast.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. And now with Eric Steele. Eric Steele is going to be Dylan Hauser, our second place finisher. Eric, take it from here.
Hey, Dylan, welcome to the winner's circle here. You came home in the number 2 position, driving car number 2. You gave us some real excitement there at the end. What were you thinking?
We just Davin got real sideways at 1 and 2, and I drove up underneath him there and tried to move him off the bottom, and it didn't work. And then 3 and 4 was a drag race down the backstretch, and I made a little contact with him, so I lifted at the line, let him get it. I don't want to win a race like that, so I lifted, let him have it. It was a fun race. I wish I would have found the line a little bit sooner in 1 and 2. But there towards like 10 to go, I was making some pretty good headway on them. So we just weren't good enough when I got to second, and it cost us a little bit. But getting there and passing them is obviously really difficult. So congrats to him on the win. He drove a good race, and congrats to Zach on third.
Yeah, fantastic race for yourself, my friend. You got some sponsors you want to thank?
Everybody at Dirty Dozen. Just everybody who supports me. Big Al, Slicker Racing Graphics, Midwest Paint. Everybody that supports us, you guys put the league on. Go check out my setup guides and setups at rickmatech.com. If you want to purchase one, message me on Facebook. I'll get a hold of you, get you going. They'll be on the website next week. So been working hard, getting setups ready. Got 2 guides I'm going to finish up tonight, get those ready for the public. And if you want to be fast, learn from one of the best. So good luck, and see you guys next week.
Learning from the best and going fast. That's what you did tonight. Just 1 spot short. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for broadcasting, guys.
All right, I'm down here with Devon Cardwell. After dominating tonight's feature, he comes home in first. He is 1 for 2 in the Studio Displays Super Late Model Tour. Devon, tell us about your night.
There at the beginning, I didn't know if we were that fast or not, but I got by Mcswain a few times, but a yellow would always come out, so we stayed there for third, and then got by Mcswain on a restart, and then something happened with Wilson, and then after that we was able to capitalize, and we got out to a 2-second lead, and then we just stayed patient the whole race.
Yeah, what a photo finish you guys had between you and the 2-car there. How'd you do it holding him off there? He really used you up on that left rear a little bit through 1 and 2. You held on, but then he made another shot for you in 3 and 4.
It was just hard racing, that anyone will do that for $100. I mean, it's just a hard racing deal, and I still respect Hauser for multiple other races, and but we'll move on, and it's still fun.
Absolutely. Is there anybody you want to thank after tonight's 30-lap feature here at Williams Grove?
Oh yeah, first off, I want to thank you guys for broadcasting. Everyone puts this deal on. Without the guy putting the league on, I can't think of his name, but I still appreciate him for putting the deal on. And I got to thank Bighorn Taxidermy, Troy Vaughn, Keltner Contracting, Derek Keltner, and Zach Newton for the wrap, and my teammate Drew Hopkins, and everyone back at the team for everything they do.
Awesome. We had a great time watching you race tonight, and really just drove away from the field, was in your own zip code, but then you had to hold them off at the end, and that's how it works here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Once in a while, it comes down to that green-white checkered. Eric Steele, we had a great race tonight, man. It was a lot of fun commentating with you. I got to thank our sponsors, Studio Displays, for bringing us the Super Late Model Dirt Series here on Swag TV. Also, Team 128 Racing, Dirt Car Sports, and then can't forget our partner ComServe Wireless in supporting Swag TV here tonight for the 30 lapper at Williams Grove Speedway. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.